Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I would like to do this video for you guys here, just give you a little more content. This video goes over what I think are the top 10 mythic cards for this new set that we have. The new set obviously is the Outlaws of Thunder Junction. It's a very cool set from what I've seen so far, and I kind of just want to point out what I think are the top 10 cards of each rarity. So this one, of course, obviously will be the top 10 mythic cards in the Outlaws of Thunder Junction. These cards will be coming out in no particular order, and I just encourage you guys to collect the ones that I have here, and then also check out all the other videos that I have for the different rarities and the top 10 cards of their rarities, and just go collect those ones too. Okay, so let's start off with this. Here is the first one I want to present, Requisition Raid. It's a spell card with 15 mana here. It's got the Spree ability. Spree 1, destroy each opposing support card. This can affect vanguards. Spree 2, destroy each opposing creature card. And Spree 3, creatures you control get +3/+3. Okay, so you may be asking, what is Spree? I'll read this to you. It kind of helps, but it doesn't really give you the full explanation. It says, when you cast this card, if your Spree counter is equal or higher than this card's Spree number effects, perform all the related cards' associated Spree number effects. What does that mean? Well, basically it means this. At the beginning of the game, if you have a card that's got Spree on it, you'll get the Spree emblem on your Planeswalker. Now, how do you move up to these different Sprees? Basically, if you make a match during your turn, you'll have Spree 1, right? You'll be able to get that emblem on your Planeswalker just for having the card, and you'll get Spree 1. If you have 2 matches in the same turn, when you have this one in your hand, that will be Spree 2, right? And if you have this one all paid off, you're going to play it, and you made 3 matches in the single turn that you're about to play this card, that will be Spree 3. All right, kind of what you'll see here is it's super cool to have this card, Requisition Raid, because if you have this one, you'll be able to just wipe out your opponent's side of the board really easily. All we're going to need is Spree 2. If you get Spree 2, that's make 2 matches, you'll be able to pretty much wipe out everything that they have in a nice effective way. If you got that Spree 3, not only do you have the defense of the first 2 Spree abilities, but you got some nice offensive boost here. That's going to help you out. So very, very cool card. Alright, so let's take a look at the next card, Double Down. This is an enchantment card that's going to be costing you 16. It says, when an outlaw creature enters the battlefield under your control, create a copy of that card in your hand. Then your opponent loses the crime emblem. At the end of your turn, the first outlaw card in your hand gains full mana. I think we all know what I want to do with this, right? We want to get an outlaw creature that we like. We want to play that card. Once we play that outlaw, you're going to be able to make a copy of that card, put it back in your hand, and then at the end of your turn, the first outlaw card that you have in your hand is going to get full mana. If that card that you put into your hand, that copy, is the first outlaw card, you're going to be able to play that one again next turn. I'm thinking that you can really do some damage if you get the outlaws that you want, and then also have some of those outlaws feature the enter the battlefield kind of ability, right? So you'll be able to play one every turn, and you're going to spark those effects every turn. That's going to be really, really cool. I'd definitely check this one out. Right, here's the next one, Fortune Loyal Steed. When this creature enters the battlefield or is reinforced, your other creatures get +2/+2. When this card becomes saddled, double all buff values of target creature you control. At the end of your turn, if this creature is saddled, reinforce the first creature you control. So a lot of cool stuff, a lot of good offensive stuff. What I want to point out is this saddle ability. Okay, it's an interesting ability. It really helps you over here, so I'll go with it and I'll kind of explain it to you. At the beginning of the combat on your turn, if you control another creature with power X or more, this creature becomes saddled until the beginning of your next turn. X is the saddle number here. So if you have a creature that's got at least 2 for their power, you will get saddled. And when this card becomes saddled, you can double all buff values for a creature that you control. And it says here at the end of the turn, if this creature is saddled, you can reinforce your first creature. So basically what that means is you're going to have a lot of offensive firepower just for this one card. Very, very cool card here. Okay, here's the next one, Mind Raider. Mind Raider is an interesting one. This is a human rogue. When this creature enters the battlefield, create X gold tokens. X is the number of creature cards you control, including their reinforcements, plus the number of outlaw cards in all graveyards. At the beginning of your turn, if you control another outlaw, this creature gains double strike until the end of turn. I like these gold tokens. I think the strength of this new set is that you've got a lot of abilities that are going to help you to win games, and you're going to be able to use this gold token ability in ways that we haven't seen since maybe Gnawbone, right? This is a really good card. If you're going to be able to use this card effectively, you're going to just win games, okay? Kind of explaining it, what I would do here is I'd try to use token creatures, have a ton of token creatures on the board, right? And it says here, when this creature enters the battlefield, create X gold tokens. X is the number of creature cards you control, including their reinforcements. And of course, you'll get the outlaw bonus here. But if you have a lot of creature tokens on the board, you're going to be able to create a lot of gold. And like I said, this is probably the best card to make gold since we've seen like Gnawbone come out. Very good stuff here. Okay, here's the next one. Railway Brawler. It's a Rhino Warrior card. Plot 15. When this creature enters the battlefield, if this card has the plotted emblem, this creature gets +6/+6. When a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, this creature gets +X/+X. X is that creature's power. So this is one I've seen in videos, and I've seen this thing get huge. You know, we're talking like 20,000 attack, 20,000 defense, right? That power, toughness ability there. This is a nasty one that can just get really big. I definitely like this one. What you're going to want to do is put it into decks where you can play a lot of creatures, but also play creatures that help you to double abilities or double the strength, right? So you'll see a lot of those that are currently out. Just an incredible card here. Definitely a very cool one. All right, Archmage Newt. This is an interesting one. Archmage Newt. It's a salamander mount. Again, you have the saddle. I kind of talked about what that is earlier. When this creature attacks, if this creature is saddled, exile the first spell card from your library, then create a copy of that card in your hand. Then the last two cards in your hand gain full mana. Otherwise, the last two cards in your hand gain half of their mana rounded down. Right now, I'm working on a deck that uses a particular spell, and I'm trying to use only that spell in this deck, and this would be an excellent card, right? That particular deck, I'm not going to really go into too much of the details, but it's one of those spells that if you use it over and over again, it just becomes incredibly devastating. This is going to be a card that helps you to build decks kind of like that, right? When this creature is saddled, you can exile the first spell card from your library. Obviously, in a deck like that, I'd have only that spell. Then I'd create a copy of that card in my hand. Okay, so I'd be able to pull that card basically every single turn because you would have that copy. And kind of like I mentioned, you know, that's the card that you need to win games. And I would just say that, hey, if you wanted to build a deck similar to that, add this one here, the Archmage Newt. Very cool. Okay, here's another one that I like. Geralf the Fleshwright, human warlock creature. It says when you cast a card, increase this card's level by 1. Then if this card's level is 3 or more, create a zombie rogue token. When a zombie creature enters the battlefield under your control, that creature gets +X/+X. X is the number of zombie creatures you control, including their reinforcements. This is the zombie creature that we talked about just now, the zombie rogue. This is a really good one. I think this is a one that's going to help you to win some games, definitely. So I would recommend using this card with the Tainted Adversary. Now, I think we all know what the Tainted Adversary is. It's that one card where you drain the mana from your hand, and the amount of mana that you drain from your hand, you'll be able to create a load of those decayed zombie tokens. That's going to be really helpful here. That's going to be one of those nasty cards that's going to help this one here just load up on zombies. And you can see, right? The more zombies, the better. And then every single one of them will get a nice bonus. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Here is the next one. Vraska the Silencer. This is a cool one. It's a Gorgon Assassin. You can see over here, right? There's some good things going on here. This is a good combo of abilities. You have Defender, which basically means they're going to block. You got First Strike, which means that you're going to do damage first. And you have this here, Death Touch, which means that you're going to be able to kill a lot of stuff before you even take damage. The only thing I would add is flying or maybe reach, right? So you can catch all the ones that are flying as well. This is an excellent, excellent one. It just destroys stuff. Based on the abilities here, I like it, right? It says here, when an opposing creature dies, create a gold token. So look, even better, right? And it's kind of cool. Are we talking about this card, this awesome card, only for 4? Wow, that's awesome. Vraska the Silencer, very cool. Here's the next one, Gired, Mirror of the Wilds. This is a good one if you like tokens. It says when this creature attacks, reinforce each token creature you control. So I would use this card here with planeswalkers like Gideon Blackblade. You know, he can make that big creature token, and this will help to reinforce it. Also, Kiora can do those octopus tokens that you can reinforce here as well. And then Sierra the Benevolent, that's another good one. She'll make those angels that you can reinforce. And then this is a way to just make them big and nasty. Okay, here's the next one, Caught in the Crossfire. Spell cards, Spree 1, 2, and 3. You can see here, we talked about Spree earlier. Spree 1, outlaw creatures you control get +X+0. Spree 2, deal X damage to each creature without the outlaw subtype. Spree 3, deal X damage to your opponent's planeswalker and destroy X non-red gems. X is the number of red gems you match this turn. Yeah, so I do like this card here. I do like all the abilities, but I especially like this first one here. This Spree 1, outlaw creatures that you control get +X+0. For this, you can see that all of the X's are all red gems that you've matched in the turn. I don't exactly know that this is gonna work, but what I would use this with is other cards that will allow you to just destroy all the gems on the board. I'm hoping that if I destroy all the gems on the board, maybe you'll have, I don't know, 12, 13, 14 red gems. If that works, you'll probably be able to load up all of your outlaws with a nice big 13, 14, 15 kind of a buff, right? That's going to be good. You're going to be able to do a ton of damage there. Well, anyway, guys, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, share with all your friends. That helps the channel. And of course, take a look at all the videos in this series. We're putting this here together for you guys, and we just hope you like them. Anyway, that's it for me. Good gaming, guys.